and welcome back to Meet the Authors. So glad you could stay with us because our next guest, Randall Ladnier, has a great story to tell. He's going to talk to us about his book, La Baleine, which is the name of the boat that brought over all these brides. So welcome, Randall. So glad you could come.
Thank you, Phil.
And show us your book and tell us about it.
Well, first of all, I'm very proud of the cover, which was an oil painting done by a friend of mine. So I think it very well kind of previews what the book is all about.
Show it again. Show it to the camera here. Yeah, I love this painting. It really gives you a sense of the time, of the women all going together, and it's just a really nice book. Yeah, all right. So it's about how many women?
Well, 88. I'm prepared to read from the preface of the book that kind of
You want to do that now?
sets the stage. Yeah, please.
Sure, go right ahead.
Thank you. Okay. On January the 8th, 1721, the French fleet Baleine anchored at Ship Island, 9 miles off the coast of present-day Biloxi, Mississippi. The small transport carried a precious cargo, as many as 88 young women and girls who had volunteered to immigrate from France and begin a new life as the wife of a soldier, sailor, or settler at Biloxi, which was then the capital of Louisiana. Responding to repeated requests from Louisiana's governor, Jean-Baptiste Lemoyne de Bienville, John Law's Company of the West had recruited 88 young women from La Salpêtrière General Hospital in Paris. All the girls had volunteered for the journey. The list of potential brides was approved by Cardinal Louis-Antoine de Noailles, Archbishop of Paris. His list included the name and age of each girl. Today, those young women are known as the Baleine Brides.
That is great. It's such a great hunk of history that you're bringing to us, and so important. So of those 88, how many survived the journey?
Oh, at least 72.
Okay.
You know, in those days with scurvy, the risk of scurvy, and the girls had come from an institution where they were probably malnourished.
Yeah.
And so it's not a surprise that perhaps as many as 16 of them didn't survive the journey.
Yeah. And then they ran into trouble along the way, you're telling me? Tell me about the pirate ship.
Well, apparently, according to French records, the ship was boarded in somewhere in the Caribbean during their journey. And according to one document, they were molested. Let's say molested.
Molested would be a good word for it.
Yeah. And the ship, ordinarily the journey would take like 95 days, but it took from August to January. So apparently the ship was delayed somewhere in the Caribbean because of this, whether they had to be, well, I don't know. I don't know what happened.
So that is impressive. That's really a great story. And what's also what's important about so many people, you told me over 1 million people today in this area are descended from those women?
That's right. Very many between here and Mobile. One of the families, the DuPont family, settled in Pascagoula, or north of Pascagoula. The Nikes family settled here. I think there's probably 40,000 descendants of Nikes.
Wow.
If anyone who has a Nikes in their family tree is descended from Angelique Girard, who was one of the brides on the boat. And also, anyone who has a Galat in their family tree is 100% a descendant of this same girl, Angelique Girard.
And tell me, you mentioned several people who are famous, who are descended from these people. Brett Favre and who else?
Yeah, well, Brett Favre and also his wife. They both happen to be descendants of Angelique Girard.
Huh. The music player who has a Margaritaville.
Oh yeah, Jimmy Buffett.
Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah, Christian Ladnier, my ancestor. He is the ancestor of Jimmy Buffett, Pete Fountain. Let's see, Fred Hayes, who was the astronaut here, on Apollo 13.
So this book has so much to offer, so many people, a history, bringing things into the sense of Biloxi. Tell me about yourself. You were born in Gulfport, huh?
I was born in Gulfport, 1942. My parents were both teachers.
Yeah.
I went to first grade at Long Beach Elementary, And then we traveled around the state of Mississippi as they would move from one school to another. When I was 12 years old, I entered a seminary, Catholic seminary in Louisiana, and I was there for 4 years.
Wow. So you speak French, you read French, I understand.
I do read French. I can translate even Old French.
So because I understand from what you're saying before, a lot of the work here are original documents that you had to research in French, is that right?
Correct, yes.
Tell me about some of that.
Well, it was a surprise to learn that modern day people who speak French are not able to read the Old French, which is what I actually learned to translate. But I published a book called Jean-Baptiste and Henriette, A Creole Tragedy. And it's about one of my ancestors who was actually executed in New Orleans in 1757, charged with having helped some other people to desert the colony of Louisiana.
Oh, I didn't know a desertion was a capital offense. I guess so.
Well, apparently the French thought it was.
Where can people get the copy of this great book?
Well, I think maybe the Visitor Center, the Biloxi Visitor Center.
Oh, I love that place. They carry so many books.
Yes, they do. I think they might have a few copies left. But also I have a website.
Yeah, see, it's on screen now.
Most of the people who have purchased my book have gone online with PayPal to order the book, and I provide free shipping. So if someone sends me an email saying that they have purchased the book online, I mail them the book the following day.
That is great. What a great story. I'm so glad you come on and share about this history of the of Mississippi and Biloxi and all the people who are descended from these women. I guess they're all your cousins, huh?
Yes, they are.
Thanks for coming on, Randall. We're so glad to have you.
Thank you, Phil.
And so glad to have you welcome us into your home. Go to my website, drstreams.com. You can pick up any of my books or any of our guests' books. All the guests have been invited to put their books on my website and get them directly from there.
Imagine an era of renewed prosperity, underwritten by a job-creating economic stimulus, powered by abundant clean energy sources. America's clean energy sector already employs more people than the oil and gas fields. So imagine the jobs that would be created if we got serious. This is our future, America. This is the plan. Visit citizensclimatelobby.org. Working together, we can build a better, more prosperous future.